Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. And we begin with a breakfast cereal that dates back 120 years, suddenly on COVID's hard-to-find list. We're talking about grape nuts, a concoction that contains neither grapes nor nuts, and one some people liken to eating gravel. But there are those who love it and now can't find it unless, according to USA Today, they're willing to pay $110 for a 4-pound box through a third-party seller on Walmart.com. Some fans have turned to social media and Reddit to share their sadness, and many have questioned whether cereal maker Post is pulling the plug on it altogether. The answer to that is apparently no. The company says demand went up and it simply couldn't keep pace. It hopes boxes will be back on store shelves sometime this spring. It's not as if the world needs another example of the heroics of frontline workers, but we have a really good one. Earlier this week, county healthcare staffers in Oregon were driving back from a vaccine clinic when they got stuck in a snowstorm. The weather wasn't their only problem. They had half a dozen doses with them that needed to be used or thrown out. So the team trudged through the snow, knocking on the windows of other stranded drivers to see who wanted an impromptu shot. An ambulance was on hand in case of adverse reactions, but it still took 45 minutes to find 6 takers. The county's health director posted on Facebook the vaccine rescue was one of the coolest operations he's ever been a part of. The saying, "one man's trash is another man's treasure," just might be the key to saving the world's tallest peak from a growing mountain of garbage. Mount Everest is littered with used oxygen bottles, torn tents, ropes, broken ladders, and plastic wrappers left by climbers. Now, a visitor center partway up the 29,000-foot trail is training locals to turn that waste into public art. The project's director told Reuters that the effort goes beyond just cleaning up Everest. He also wants to change people's perception about garbage and give those who live nearby a way to earn money. Other organizations are also trying to help the Himalayas. The Eco-Himal Group requests each hiker brings back 2 pounds of trash, a small ask for an increasingly steep problem. Who doesn't love a long weekend? According to Billboard magazine, the Super Bowl's halftime singer is stretching his performance from the standard 13 minutes to a 24-minute spectacular. The NFL foots the bill for the stage, lighting, and fireworks, pretty much for everything but the entertainer, who does not get paid. What they get is publicity. According to his manager, The Weeknd even kicked in $7 million to make the show bigger and better. Fans probably already know this, but for those who don't, he's from Canada. Drop one E in Weeknd because another band was already using it, and his real name is Abel Tesfaye. Characters from a galaxy far, far away will soon guide your mail around the country. The United States Postal Service announced this week that they're working on a new line of Star Wars Forever stamps to celebrate Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary. The 20 stamps will feature droid characters such as C-3PO, R2-D2, BB-8, and more. The backgrounds will be familiar settings from the movies. The Postal Service will announce the exact release date later this year. In other KidNuz notes, there's trouble for the ocean's top predators. A new study in the British journal Nature shows some shark populations have dropped 71% in the last 50 years. The oceanic whitetip, scalloped hammerhead, and great hammerhead were among the hardest hit and are now considered critically endangered. Researchers blame overfishing. And air travelers within the United States may soon have to show proof of a negative COVID test before boarding. Right now, that requirement is only for international flights, but the CDC, which sets the health rules for the nation, admits that it's actively considering making the test mandatory for domestic trips as well. That's it for KidNuz. Now, our KidNuz quiz. What cereal is in short supply due to COVID? Grape nuts. Trash is being turned into art on what famous peak? Mount Everest. How long will the Weeknd Super Bowl halftime show run? 24 minutes instead of the usual 13. What popular movie franchise is getting its own stamp? Star Wars. In one for the road. The amount keeps climbing, but according to CNN, the mitten meme of Bernie Sanders and the sweatshirt, t-shirts, crochet dolls, bobbleheads, and cutouts it inspired has now raised more than $1.8 million for charity. What's more, the Vermont teacher who made the original mittens just announced she's partnered with the Darn Tough Company to make socks with his image. All proceeds will go to the Vermont Food Bank. Before we sign off for the weekend, we want to recognize our rock star teachers in their classrooms. Mr. Smith at University Park Elementary in University Park, Maryland, to California for Ms. Romo at Cesar Chavez in Parlier and Ms. Kitts and her Team 19 Hoyas in Poway. Kim and her daily homeschool listeners at St. Therese Homeschool Academy in Bettendorf, Iowa, and Mrs. Harris in Allen Village Charter School in Kansas City, Missouri. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to take our Week in Review quiz, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News Monday morning.